My name is John Katinsky. I'm the president of Hot House, and I want to welcome you all to the 48 and 48 Social Build event. We are extremely proud and delighted to be able to host you tonight. I appreciate you all coming out on a Friday evening and giving up your weekends for this great cause. When we first made a decision to build out this workspace for essentially what would be a new headquarters for us, it was in the middle of the pandemic. We didn't know if people were ever going to come back to work or want to be face to face. But one of the things we always dreamed about was having a space where we could let some of the pro-social organizations that we really admired have a place where they could host events and fundraisers and meetings. And I can't think of a better organization to do this for than 48 and 48. We were introduced to this organization about 5 or 6 years ago by our good friend, Andy Harrison, who is here. He sung the praises of the organization and we got involved. And as we've looked kind of what's happened over the past few years, the admiration we have for, first of all, the work that the board has done, Jeff and Adam, the kind of passion and consistency and vision that you bring to this is tremendous. I want to thank Seema and her team for bringing us in this year. You've got ambassadors for this organization that are so committed, so well organized. When you work with a nonprofit as a small independent agency, you're always worried that people might not be as organized as you need them to be, and they're more organized than we are, so that's not a problem. I'd also like to go ahead and thank some of the Hot House team that's volunteered their time. We've got 2 Aarons with us tonight, Christina and Allison. Thank you very much. This is something we love to do. The community of Atlanta is very important to us. And I do want to say that, in my opinion, 48 and 48 really represents the best of Atlanta when different communities, especially a digital marketing, content kind of expertise community, comes together behind a common cause. People are willing to give up their time and their weekends, and the output is tangible, and it's really beautiful to see. So we're really proud to be associated with you, and want to thank you all for what you're about to do this weekend. I want you to have a great night and good luck to your teams this weekend.
Well, don't run away too quickly. So in saying thank you to you and knowing you are such a big Liverpool fan, we want to say thank you for giving us your house for tonight, hosting us, and for dinner. And I'm going to take this from you. There we go. It was a sneaky way to take something away from him more than anything else. All right. Well, thank you guys for all being here tonight. We've got a long following that's online right now, so streaming to about 200 people. I'm really excited for those of you that could be here tonight to do networking, and hopefully you got some great insights about 48 and 48 and are able to share the same. Again. So we love this image right here. Thank you to Suleiman for creating that for us. All right. Again, we are very, very excited for all the work that you guys are going to do this weekend. I think for our guests, our nonprofits, everybody that we have in the room, I'd like for you to know that the time and effort that you have put into this program is extremely helpful. We have about 10, 11 nonprofits in the room. Can you raise your hand or stand up if you're a nonprofit? There you go. Thank you so much for being here. All right, we'll move on to the next slide. We're going to make this really quick. Right. So again, Seema Parekh, that's me, Executive Director. Love being here. Been doing 48 and 48 for about 8 years. Our keynote address will be done by Milton Little. And then Erin's going to take over and talk about volunteer recruitment and all the volunteer lifecycle for this weekend. Okay. And then Erica is one of our program directors who is going to wrap it up for us. Next slide. So here's something that's really important. You guys already know this about 48 and 48, right? This is our mission. This is what we're here for. You know, we are mobilizing professionals to support nonprofits around the country and around the world. It's important for you to know that it's not just the US. We do have outside of the US, and then we also have nonprofits that we serve outside the US. So for this social justice event, I hope that you'll be proud of what you're doing. We will post it up on socials to let everybody else know what we're doing. We have found that most of our people that join us come from word of mouth. So with you spreading the word, it's so much more than us posting an ad, let's just say, or us, putting something out on social media or email. It's you guys that help us grow. So thank you so much for doing that. So when you are posting, make sure you use the hashtags 4848 or 4848 SJE23. Next slide. Sponsors. We wouldn't be here without them, for sure, right? State Farm is our lead sponsor, and we would definitely not be able to run our organization because we are a nonprofit. We wouldn't be able to do it without their funding. We wouldn't be able to grow without their funding. So huge thank you to State Farm. We also have new partners in Atlanta Journal and Constitution, Hot House, obviously, for giving us this wonderful space, Atlanta Gaslight Foundation, WP Energize, who hosts all our websites, IBM, Danger Press, who gives us all our shirts, Motomoto Agency that helps us with marketing, Canwell Textiles, and Audio Eye. Audio Eye has made it possible for us to use their Zoom rooms during this event so that we can be more accessible and inclusive. One more step, one more change for more inclusivity for everybody. Next slide. There we go, Danger Press. So in case you didn't notice, our shirts, pretty fantastic. Donated by Danger Press, but designed by Mr. Luis Nunes, who is here in the house. Luis, thank you so much for these beautiful shirts. I've been getting lots of compliments on them since the design came and the stickers came out. Thank you. Luis also designed the ad that you see in the corner there. So if you need any work from an awesome designer, you know where to go. All right, next slide. Staff. So it does take a lot to get these events together. We have a 12-week cycle that you guys don't necessarily know about, and that's okay. We're just happy that you made it here today. So we also, like John said, we're trying to be very organized. We're trying to make it easy for people to work with us. That couldn't be done without the staff here, which is Erin Hogan, who does our recruitment, volunteer recruitment, Mac Hodges, who does the nonprofit relationship, Brett Phillips House, technology support consultant, and Graham Kidd also, who does technology development work for us. So this is a small but mighty team that makes everything happen. Thank you so much to the staff. If you ever need anything, call one of those people. They'll be able to help. Keynote speaker. So Mr. Milton Little is our keynote speaker. He unfortunately could not be with us today. Last minute issue had come up, but just want to let you know, he's the president of the United Way here in Atlanta. Incredibly accomplished, wonderful, wonderful person. Although he can't be here, he has recorded a message for us. And so what I'm going to do is ask Sarah, our technical specialist in the corner, to start the video.
Hello, my name is Milton Little, and I'm President and CEO of United Way of Greater Atlanta. And I am so sorry that I am unable to be there with you this evening to welcome you and to say thank you in person for what you are about to make happen. It is inspiring, however, for me to know that you're there, bound by a singular cause, and that is to provide your support and expertise to help dozens of nonprofit organizations from around the world. What you will do over the next 48 hours will empower them to expand their reach, to engage with their communities and drive positive change in perhaps more potent ways than they could have imagined previously. Through your invaluable contributions, 48 and 48 is able to make a significant impact on the nonprofit sector and amplify the voices and the missions of organizations that are dedicated to making a difference in this world, to making the world a better place. So take a minute and look at the person on your left and look at the person on your right and just say thank you and give them a big round of applause in advance for what they are going to make happen this weekend. Now, if you are from Atlanta, I hope you know a little bit about United Way of Greater Atlanta. We've been around since 1905, and as you can well imagine, technology in 1905 is very different from the technology that we have today, and certainly the technology that you'll be using over the next 48 hours. People in 1905 communicated with one another through telegrams and letters and face-to-face conversations. Telephones existed, but they were not yet in wide use. And the few households that had telephones generally had a party line. They shared one telephone line with multiple households. Just imagine what that was like. Things have changed since 1905. In 1905, United Way was very different as well. Initially, we focused on coordinated charitable giving and coordinating fundraising efforts for local human service charities. Since then, we've expanded our mission, we've expanded our impact by fostering strategic partnerships with government, with nonprofits, with businesses, with community volunteers to maximize our impact. By leveraging the collective power and resources of these community stakeholders and volunteers, we've been able to implement initiatives that drive systemic change and create lasting solutions for communities' most urgent human service challenges. 48 and 48 is one of those partnerships. Throughout the years, we brought volunteers together to comb through the applications that nonprofits submit for your marketing and website support. Volunteers are a big way that United Way works. This weekend's theme for 48 and 48 centers around social justice, and you all have volunteered to help bring awareness to this issue. Volunteerism and social justice are closely connected. By actively engaging in volunteer work, you're contributing to addressing inequality, to amplifying marginalized voices, and for advocating change and building empathy and promoting sustainable solutions. Together, volunteering and social justice can create positive and transformative impact for individuals, for communities, and for society as a whole. As you can imagine, the work of United Way intersects with social justice. We recognize the importance of social justice in building a more equitable and inclusive community. Our child well-being agenda has social justice at its core. By investing in programs that enhance educational opportunities, promote economic opportunity, and improve access to quality health care, we address the systemic disparities that hinder the success and well-being of children and families, particularly those in marginalized communities. It all boils down to unlocking the potential of children, families, and communities across Greater Atlanta. And since I'm among marketers and web developers, I ask you to take a minute today or sometime in the next few days to visit our new website, unitedwayatlanta.org, to get more information about what we do and how you can continue to get involved in your own community. Now, enough about United Way, and let's talk about you. As a volunteer over the next 48 hours, you are already becoming a catalyst for change. You're becoming a beacon of hope and a source of inspiration for others. Your willingness to step forward and to roll up your sleeves and actively engage in creating a better tomorrow is what sets you apart. But volunteerism is not a one-way street. It is a reciprocal relationship. While you give your time and your expertise, volunteering also enriches your life in countless ways. It offers you an opportunity to develop new skills and expand your network and gain an understanding of the social issues that are at work in your community. It allows you to step outside your comfort zone, to challenge yourself, to grow personally and professionally. It's both inspiring and exciting to see what you are going to come up with in 48 hours. You're going to save nonprofits around the country and around the world $1.2 million by building 48 free websites in 48 hours. What an incredible opportunity you have. As you get started this evening, I want to ask you to think about a couple of things. One, as the hours go by and as the days run together, you might get tired. You might start getting frustrated. your other jobs, and your friends might start shooting you emails. But remember something important. The work that you do is invaluable. You are going to create vehicles for the work of many, many nonprofits that need your help. And that work is going to trickle down to hundreds of thousands of children and families and communities around the world. Without your help, these nonprofits would never have the reach or the impact they are going to have. Your work is going to put food on tables. It's going to put books in the hands of children. You're going to help mothers drive a wonderful future for their kids. You're going to help fathers and women and mothers and children all just learn new skills and gain a new pathway to a bright future. You are going to help make an incredible difference. So, thank you. Please accept my heartfelt thanks for what you're doing and what you're going to make happen over the next 48 hours. It means the world to me, but more importantly, it's going to mean the world to nonprofits that you're supporting and to individuals who depend on those nonprofits to get the tools they need to unlock their full potential. Know this in closing, each one of us has the power to change the world. You have the power to do something big and important, and you're going to do it over the next 48 hours. So thank you for what you will make happen that will truly change the world.
Can we get another round of applause for that amazing panel? I'm so glad we could hear from Milton, even if he wasn't able to be with us tonight. Our nonprofit manager is also not able to be with us tonight. He's out in Salt Lake City, so I'm going to be covering his side of things. So for our nonprofits, we have a ton of nonprofits here with us online that we're serving this weekend. Here they all are, 45 nonprofits right now. Hold your breath, we might get to 48 by tomorrow, we'll see. The ones in gold are those here in Atlanta that we're serving. Some of them are here on site. We're excited to be impacting our local community as well as communities around the US. You guys are going to be making a huge impact in a lot of places. From the volunteer side, I'm Erin. I'm the volunteer recruitment manager. This is my side of the world. We also have volunteers joining us from all over the country and all kinds of spaces. We've got 13 countries joining us. We've got 16 time zones represented. 116 different organizations are joining us and represented at the event. 320 total volunteers. It takes a lot of people to get this off the ground, to get all of these sites built. There are a lot of people supporting you over the weekend. So we're just really proud of the breadth that we're able to represent at these events with our volunteer community. Here's our companies and organizations. I had to give us 2 slides. So here's where we start. I want to shout out Parsons, IBM, 100 Devs, an online community, and State Farm. They're our top supporters with volunteers for this event. They've been longtime supporters of us and they send us teams all the time. So shout out to them for sending so many folks to build sites. And here's the rest of our organization. So again, we have so many people represented here. Hopefully you'll be making some new friends, making some new connections. We're a very networking focused organization. So please meet people, share your skills, share your knowledge. We have a lot of folks represented from different industries here. Our planning committee is fundamental to everything that we do. They set up the logistics for this event, both in person and virtual. They've been meeting weekly for at least 12 weeks now, getting the event ready. Our lead is Alita Ross. I want to give a shout out to her. She's been amazing. This is her first time as planning committee lead, and she's done a fantastic job. Everyone else on this committee is fully volunteers. Some of them are here in the room with us. Some of them are new. Some of them have been with us for years. We really rely on these volunteers to get everything done. You'll see them around this weekend. They'll be in the Slack channel. They'll be on the video lounge. They'll be at the breakout sessions. So make sure to say hi if you see them. We also have some support on our marketing team. So we have a whole committee of volunteers who runs the social media. And we also have Moto who supports us with the newsletter that comes out every month. If you're not signed up for that newsletter, make sure that you go on our website and subscribe. That's where you hear most of the information about 48 and 48. And then for event leadership, we have our program directors and our EPMs. So I'll start with our program directors, Daniela and Erica. Erica is here. on site with us. She's going to go ahead and introduce the EPMs. Daniela is virtual with us. They'll both be online all weekend. You guys can go to them if you have any questions along with me.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I'm Erica Pigot. I am one of the program directors. Daniela sends her regards. I'd like to go ahead and introduce some key members of our team. These are the captains of the ships that will steer through the storm. You may have already heard from them. If not, you will hear from them. These are the event project managers, Valanda, Sunil, Art, Heather, Angel, Crystal, Adora, and Anna. Please give these people a virtual hug or just a round of applause. Several of them are here today. They have endured Slack messages, late night text calls, check-ins, and whatnots on behalf of the organization and primarily from either me or Daniela as we work to get the program underway and organize the team. So thank you so very much. Next slide, please. Going into weekend logistics, we're going to go through what's in store. So next slide. Please use this as reference. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, if you're on a build team, you should have gone ahead and received your invitations or whatnot to meet for your check-ins. For Friday, we're focusing on building the homepage. You may even begin maybe a little bit of the work on some of your sub pages or whatnot, but this is primarily for homepage design and also contacting your nonprofits. Saturday, you continue that work and then also continued any detailed building on your sub pages. And then for Sunday, that's mostly for cleanup, for QA, and also for judging. So please refer to your schedules and then also check in with your EPMs at the various times. This is for the program managers to check in with their EPMs. And then the EPMs will provide status updates on the sites throughout the event. Please use this slide this weekend as a glance as a reference. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out in the general channel or your respective team channels in Slack. Next slide. Also, just to go into support teams, the support teams are there primarily for actual focus. One would be on accessibility, and then the next one would also be on the help desk if you need any WordPress assistance. So feel free to access either one of those support teams on Slack throughout the event. If you need any assistance or you would like any tips. Also, we want to emphasize, please refer to the volunteer guidebook. It has a lot of tips, resources, and references just in case. And then, of course, if you have any questions, your PMs can always go to the EPMs and then, of course, can escalate to program directors as needed. So next slide. Social media tagging, just want to emphasize again, if you have any pictures, if you have any news, or if you want to just kind of check out what's going on throughout the event, it goes quickly. Maybe you want to review it later. Please go to hashtag 48 and 48 or the other hashtag 48 and 48 SJE, which stands for Social Justice Event 23. And then also if you have any pictures, team pictures, things of that sort, or you just want to take a picture of your cat and your cat's wearing the shirt, tag us. We would love to see it. We really would. We could love to use the humor. So, all right, next one. All right, this is also just a reference, your Trello board. Your Trello board is your best friend. That is essentially your plan, your project plan. It has instructions, references, guides, links, whatnot, just to kind of help guide you through the process. And also, if you're on a build team, I also want to emphasize, if you look at the very top of that column, you'll see just a time period, which will let you know, hey, these are certain tasks to go through, maybe by Friday evening, by Saturday morning, et cetera, et cetera. So feel free to use this as a guide and a reference. And if you have any questions, just let us know. Next slide. Once again, also another reference. This could also be found in the guide and then also in your respective guides for your roles. But these are the hashtags or the channels in Slack for general help support, office hours, general content managers, project managers, etc. So feel free to go there per your role. If you have any questions, just give a shout. Next slide. Breakout sessions. So we would be amiss to say that this is all about the build. It's not just about the build. It's also about the connections with the nonprofits. It's also about connections with other people. So if you can take a break, which we really suggest that you do, please go to some of the breakout sessions that have been organized. They contain a lot of information, a lot of really interesting, engaging talks, and discussions are being held just at the same time. And it also gives you a greater depth of understanding about why we're doing this and how it connects to the theme in this particular case for social justice. So we really implore you to just kind of at least check in, stop by, give a reaction, things of that sort, just at the very least to say hello, listen 5 minutes, stay for the whole event, reach out afterwards on LinkedIn or Slack to the members, to the panelists, and whatnot. But we just want to go into the breakout sessions that are that have been arranged for you. So next slide. All right. So there's a breakout sessions, online scavenger hunt. There's entertainment trivia. There's a word cloud and a virtual happy hour. So for tonight, there will be the online scavenger hunt. I've never done that, so I'm going to do that because I want to see what we're doing. So, entertainment trivia, I'm really bad at that. I don't really watch movies like that, so come watch me lose. And word cloud and the virtual happy hour, they just sound like just a lot of fun. So please join us for those and keep this as a reference and mark that on your calendars. Next slide. Nonprofit Leaders Roundtable, Tanya Kelly as the host. We do implore you to go to this one. This will be at Saturday, 9 a.m. Please set an alarm to go to this roundtable. It will be in Zoom. Wahi. Okay, it will be in Wahi. If you're having any issues connecting, please give a shout. We'll send out the instructions on how you can join this particular roundtable. Don't miss it. All right. The next one, Nonprofit Impact Labs. These are also the ones. Please connect with everyone afterwards. Please come in to join these. These are for nonprofits. This is for SEO. That's Michelle Bolbanair. I'm really sorry if I messed that up. And WordPress 101 with Denise, Data Insights with Sequoia, Accessibility with Amber, and Integrating AI with Stephanie. So chock full of resources for nonprofits that we're working with throughout the event to get the resources that they need and also connect with other people throughout the event. All right, next one, a roundtable, Amplifying Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Justice with Bhavana Smith, David Gaskell, Jeffrey Wallace, and Joanne Hill. Please join us on Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. This will be by Zoom, so please join us for this roundtable. We would love to have you there for comments, engagement, and just overall general discussion on amplifying diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice, which is the main theme of our event. All right, next one. And once again, we'd like to give just a big shout out to our hosts and sponsors, because without them, this would not be possible. Thank you so much for your cooperation and engagement. Giving a shout out to State Farm, Atlanta Gaslight, AJC, Hot House, WP Energize, IBM, Danger Press, Camel Textiles, Moto, and Audio Eye. And also one more thing, I just wanted to give like a really quick shout out to Akila and to Daphne. I didn't mention them earlier for the EPMs, but they have been working behind the scenes to do a lot of prep work. So thank you everyone, sponsors, volunteers, everyone. Thank you very much. All right, so I'd like to encourage everyone to join in for a photo.
So we're going to gather back here in this section. It seems like everybody's right here.
All right, so for members that have joined us online, we'd like to thank you so much for your time during this event. While we're on site, we're going to go ahead and take a photo and go ahead and close the stream. So once again, just want to thank you so much and hope to see you on Slack or email or anything like that. Thank you. Go 48.